Hello everyone, what is going on? And welcome back to our My Player Career Mode. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're all doing fantastic. We have a bunch of matches to get through today, so sit back, relax, and hopefully enjoy. We're going to go through this entire month, which will be post-commentary or simmed matches before we play both of the Manchester clubs as live games later on in the day. So, Forest up first, it was simmed, we won it by 1-0, and then we took on Red Bull Salzburg. This game is important because whoever wins this controls the group heading into the second to last match day, I should say, which we will face Club Brugge. So, as things stood, both teams on 5 points, and we wanted to get the win, especially being at home as well. We wanted to start things off in the best way possible, and inside 8 minutes, we had the lead. Kai Havertz firing us in front to get Stamford Bridge bouncing. And it was a good finish, to be fair. And you might remember, the last time we played Salzburg, we said they're a good team. They beat Bayern, they're not a bad side whatsoever. So we really needed to show up and put in a performance. And then we had our second goal. From the corner, it was cleared away, but we put the delivery back in. Havertz was the player challenging. It falls very kindly, the ball, though, to Moise Kean for him to head Chelsea 2-0 in front and really give us a little bit of breathing space, which was important because, as you're about to see, Salzburg got themselves back in this game. So it was a massive, massive goals for us to get just to make sure that regardless of whatever happened, if they were to score, we'd still be in front. Todd Cantwell, it was really nicely worked. Kamara's ball through. Ludwig goes for the shot. It bounces off the post, and Adamu is there to smash home to give Salzburg a slight hope or slight chance of maybe something from the match. But as you're about to see, we did need Eduard Mendy to pull off some heroics, which he's been doing frequently for Chelsea. Such a good goalkeeper. He ends up making a save here after a nice Salzburg move, and that proved to be the end of the highlights. So a close game, but the win for Chelsea. A 2-1 victory means we control the Champions League group. We are top on 8 points regardless of any other results because Salzburg were the team in second, and we'll have to see how the rest of our group does progress. Which, as I say, Club Brugge is the next match, but we will be simming that. Then it was time to take on Burnley, which this game had it all here at Turf Moor. It was such a good game, this one. I was quite a little bit annoyed that I didn't get this as live commentary because inside 11 minutes, first half, I don't know what happened to us. We'd seemed to turn it on attack-wise. And when you see this goal right here, some of the skill that we did in order to build this goal up, and then to find the bottom corner, keeping the goalkeeper rooted as well. Yeah, what a way to take the lead, and I really like this celebration too. I've never seen this before. This is the first time I'm pretty certain I've seen this celebration. Maybe I've seen it previously and just not realised. But yeah, that was quite cool to see. And then 24 minutes in, we took the second to make it 2-0 and pretty much wrap up the points here, I want to say. Or so I thought. We drive to the byline, send it across. Havertz's shot is blocked. Tierney follows up with the header, but it actually goes down as an own goal to Volert, who is the Burnley man who got in the way of Tierney's header, but could only see his block trickle across the line to give us that second. And as I say, I thought we'd have the points wrapped up when we went 3-0 up as well, because Kai Havertz played it down the left. It's such an easy thing for us to do when we drive down this left-hand side and look at the options in the middle. 9 times out of 10, we'll find someone available. This time around, it's Munteanu, and he converted at the near post before Burnley in the second half gave away the ball cheaply. So he had 4 without reply for Chelsea. Same story, breaking down the left, waiting for runners in the box. As you're about to see, we pull it across. Munteanu then lays it back here for Kante, and it's a thumping finish from Chelsea skipper, who deserved the goal as well. His performances, especially in that centre midfield alongside Bakayoko, are so instrumental to this Chelsea side. So, yeah, deserving of that goal there. But as I say, thought we'd have the points wrapped up. Full credit to Burnley, because at 4-0 down, it would have been very, very easy for them to kind of give up, crumble. I guess they somewhat did that, conceding 4. They pull a goal back. It's 4-1. I sat there thinking, right, consolation goal, I guess. At most, they're not going to get anything from this. Munteanu goes close. Fantastic save here. When Burnley got their second and made it 4-2 with 10 minutes to play, I can't lie, I was a little bit nervous. It was a great header from Brownhill, had too much power for Mendy to keep out. And yeah, I was nervy into the last 10 minutes of this. But we needn't have been, because, as you see, we did come away with the victory. But at 4-0, I'm sure every one of you sat there right now are probably thinking, how did we let that get to 4-2? We should have been easily winning that game. Maybe 5 or even 6-0 when you're at that stage. But yeah, full credit to Burnley. They pulled 2 back. And if it had been a little bit earlier on in the game, who knows? Maybe they pulled it back for one of the remarkable Premier League comebacks, right? And it might have been a 4-4, reminiscent of Arsenal-Newcastle a few years ago. Now, though, we have a couple of European Championship qualifiers to show you, starting with Russia in a 2-1 victory, which I was not selected for. But we did make the team to face Hungary, and it was them who had the lead across from the left-hand side, in at the near post, and a good finish. But as you're about to see, we were only behind for about 8 or so minutes after a trademark run. Out wide, I feel like we say this a lot. We square it back into the middle, and Harry Kane thumps us back on level terms. If only he was able to do this in real life at the European Championships currently going on. I hope you've been enjoying them as well. England had a bit of a shaky game against Scotland last night as I'm recording this, but we will hopefully make it out of the group into the knockout rounds. Nevertheless, before half-time in this anyway, we would go in to the break in front because Dele Alli found us on the spin. We found the bottom corner to give us a 2-1 advantage. We then came back out in the second half and took full control of the match. We've been doing this before at Dortmund where we pop up in these central areas, and when we were there, we of course had Sancho and Haaland running onto our through balls. This time though, it was Dele Alli who laid it on a plate to Mason Mount for his second assist of the afternoon or evening. And to be fair to Mount as well, I kind of feel bad for him in our series or our save because he gets another here and he gets England's 4th. And if Havertz wasn't having such a good season in front of goal, Mount would be starting, you know. Maybe it's something that the manager could look at, starting Havertz as the out-and-out striker and then putting Mount in behind him. Because Mason Mount's such a good player, but he's on the bench at the minute because of Havertz. Keane as well has been popping up with goals, so that's another reason why, you know, Mount's not really getting the game time either. So yeah, but as you see, Havertz in the side again, no Mason Mount. And it was actually Muntianu who started this in place of Moise Keane, as we took on Aston Villa, who've had a pretty good season thus far. And they made this game really, really frustrating for us. They were defending resiliently. Such a solid display from them. They took the lead as well. Davis with a near post header creeps it in at that near post. And there was, I think, Mendy and somebody else in that area who probably should have prevented this going in. But at the same time, great header from Davis. Villa had the lead. And we weren't that great, it has to be said. Like, it's not like that we dominated this and deserved to win the game. We had a lot of the ball, but we didn't really use it too effectively. Mount did come off the bench and set me up to find the equaliser with about 30 seconds left. But we dropped points, and I can't even, like, be disappointed about that. Because, as I say, Villa, as much as they made it frustrating, they did defend really, really well. So, fair play. But Club Brugge, this is the 5th group stage match, a 1-0 win. Sees us pretty much through into the knockout rounds of the Champions League, and it does make it very, very interesting heading into the last of those group stage matches, which I'll show you towards the back end of today's video as well, and show you what the current situation is regarding that. But with the drop points against Villa, I thought I wanted to play West Brom. They have one of the top scorers in the league in Morton up front, so he is one to watch, but it was Havertz who took the lead for Chelsea as he got his first of the afternoon. And how about this for a breakaway goal from West Brom, actually? The Angana here puts it across the face of goal, and there's Doumbia to draw West Brom level in a really annoying fashion, because that came from us trying to create the chance, and they broke at speed, got themselves back on level terms. Havertz got himself his second, my second assist as well. You're about to see 3 of the very same goals pretty much from Kai Havertz, and 3 of the same combination, as he made it 3-1 with 55 minutes on the clock. So all of West Brom's hard work undone. We got a 4th. I really wanted to get myself on the score sheet during this match. Tried to place one here. Havertz ends up blocking my shot straight to Keane, who fires home to make it 4-1. And then, as I say, I wanted that goal. Didn't get it because we just smash a shot goalwards. Rossi gets a touch, saved onto the post. Keane tries to lay it in my path. I go for goal again, straight at Rossi. Full-time Chelsea 4, West Bromwich Albion 1. So no goal for me, but at least it's 3 points. Let's see what we have in store for the 2 Manchester games, though. So then, how about that for a run of form? The only points we dropped all month was in a 1-1 draw against Aston Villa. And we head into this game here at Stamford Bridge against Manchester United, looking to drop absolutely no points. We want the win. They're in 6th. As you can see, Spurs have played an extra game and have given us an opportunity to open up this gap now to 4 points. There is also the Player of the Month shortlist for November, so we're on that. We'll see if we do end up winning it. But for our first live game of today, possibly going to be both Manchester clubs in this episode you'll get live, depending on how much action we get in this first of the two here at Stamford Bridge. There's the two lineups. Manchester United, captained by Marcus Rashford. Yeah, looking at their team, I think we're favourites. Let's see if it plays out like that. Bruno Fernandes finds the feet of the former Chelsea man, Tammy Abraham. And how about that for a ball through to Marcus Rashford, who strikes towards goal. And thankfully for Chelsea, Mendy was able to make the save, but there was no offside flag against Rashford. Bakayoko for Chelsea towards Havertz. We've got the run here as well. Through on goal. Hector Bellerin does have the pace, and he's trying to get into a physical battle with us, which we come out on top of, but can only find the palms of Dean Henderson, who makes the save for Manchester United. Manchester United substitution. Bruno Fernandes going off. He had a very quiet evening here, and they've not been able to get him on the ball enough to really threaten the Chelsea goal. Speaking of which, neither have Chelsea. Chelsea not been able to get their good players on the ball to create chances, and Bakayoko will recycle this for us. We'll get another chance to whip another delivery, and that's a lot better back post. And how about that from Dean Henderson? Kai Havertz looked destined to give Chelsea the lead with 2 minutes to play, but Dean Henderson sprawls across to his left and makes a fantastic save. And it looks like this game will end 0-0. That was probably the moment of the match so far. Tell you what, Dean Henderson take a bow, and Kante finds me on the left-hand side. 1 additional minute now from the referee, and N'Golo Kante. In fact, it goes to Havertz instead. Now Keane. It's a bit of an overhit pass, though. He sent me very, very wide than I wanted. There's the cross back in. Havertz gets another chance, another save for Henderson. A highlight reel at the end for the potential England #1, Dean Henderson. And Chelsea are held to a 0-0 draw against Manchester United, who offered not a lot, to be fair, aside from an early Marcus Rashford chance. Their top players just not able to get on the ball and make things happen. And we nearly snuck a win at the end, but unfortunately we're held to just a single point. So that result means that the gap between us and Spurs is only 2 points. And as we face Man City now, if they win this game, they'll move to 33, which will put them a point behind us. So we don't want to allow them into the fight for the top spot in the Premier League. So let's avoid defeat here. Obviously, we want to try and win. And looking at the 2 matches, I thought we'd have the better chance of beating United at home than City away. So, yeah, that was my thoughts and feelings. But as we head into this, we now know off the back of that 0-0 draw against United, got to try and win this. Looking at their side as well, it's a strong team. Reece James starting in CDM. And I wonder if Donyell Malen is the player starting at left-back, which would be quite funny considering he's a striker. But nevertheless, it wouldn't be unheard of for EA and FIFA to make that happen. At the Etihad, strong front 3, Sterling, Jesus and Silva. We're going to have to be at our very best to stop City from creating. To let you know as well, Manchester City on the bench for them today, Luka Jovic, Guedes and Max Aarons. Not too bad options to have off the bench as Bakayoko nearly spots our run, which would have surely been a chance for us to give our side the lead here. Delano Malen starting at left back, so not Donyell Malen, but close enough. And Gabriel Jesus on the ball here for Manchester City, looking to use his tricks to carve a chance, finding Phil Foden. Chance for Foden, saved by Mendy. And it really opened up from nowhere for Phil Foden to take that shot on, didn't it? And Chelsea have to be alert to that, because we can't be allowing a player of Phil Foden's quality to have that much room inside the penalty area. Speaking of room, Gnabry finds himself in a bit of space, and he's got a couple of runners to utilise. Havertz will play this out towards on the left-hand side. We're waiting for players to arrive in the middle. One of them is Serge Gnabry, but unfortunately, the cutback was straight at Laporte, who was positioned brilliantly. Been quite a quick start here inside 15 minutes. Well, we're back underway for the second half, and we did not register a shot in the first 45, so hopefully that changes. Havertz with the ball up the field of play to Piontek, who loses the header. Some good news to tell you about, though, is that Spurs are taking on Aston Villa, and right now Villa are 2-0 in front in that match, so that's great for us. Would be even better if we can try and sneak our way in front here, but it was all Manchester City in the first half, and Luka Jovic has come on off the bench for them. As we do win the ball back, Bakayoko with the ball forward. That's a heavy touch from me, but we still make it work. And now Kai Havertz bearing down on the Manchester City goal. Big touch. No, he took it too close to Ederson. As soon as he took that touch, I knew. Oh, man. Havertz, our top scorer. He should have given us the lead. What a chance. Christian Pulisic on for Serge Gnabry. We are over to take this throw in on the right-hand side, and I did not mean to throw it there. I was looking for Pulisic instead, who I'm not sure meant to pass me the ball, but we have come away with it. And that pass inside does not beat Reece James. Half an hour to play here at the Etihad. That was our best chance of this entire game, and there's not many more you want it to fall to than Kai Havertz. Maddison free kick, and there's the header in, and I don't even know how that stayed out. I think Mendy made the save. It just happened so quickly that I did not quite catch where this header went. Yes, straight at Mendy in the end. Glorious chance for City. Pep is not too happy with that because he thinks his side should be leading, but given the fact that they got away with a massive let-off when Ederson saved from Kai Havertz, I think that's one apiece then for both sides. Mendy punching that one away to Havertz. Why has he gone backwards though to Tomori instead, who will play this down the line? We need some runners on the inside though to work with. One of those is Havertz, but I can't find the ball past Smith. There's no pace up there, is there really, for Chelsea? Lovely ball through. Oh, chance. Oh, no. Bernardo Silva strikes. And just as I said, there's no pace up there for Chelsea. City didn't need the pace. And now you'll be questioning when I gave away the ball in the centre of the park. I mean, I know that a lot has happened since that moment. But as we look for a breakaway, it was a poor ball from me. I lost it to Smith. And then after that, there's a couple of passes before Silva is in a great position. And there's nothing that Mendy can do other than watch it go into the net behind him. City lead, and to be fair, they've deserved it. We are into added time pretty much, and Chelsea still need an equaliser. And is this the moment? Kakache down the left. He's got options in the middle. Now looking, but he waited too long. He had to drive that ball into the near post a lot sooner, where Havertz was screaming for it. At least there's one thing. Villa are 3-0 up against Spurs, so the chance of a Spurs fight back, not happening. We've got ourselves a corner, and the one play that you don't want to see go off at this point is Kai Havertz, because he's such a danger from corners in that penalty area. Mason Mount comes on for a cameo of about a minute. Delivery needs to be good. City do not deserve to drop points here, but we would happily take an equalising goal right now. There's the delivery in. Ederson punches away. It's not my finest work. We still try and keep this alive though, and the ball just doesn't sit down, but we cross it again. Tapsoba away. Foden chests it down. Aarons plays it forwards, and that is it. City 1, Chelsea 0 here from the Etihad. And that, my friends, is where we will end today's episode. As you see, the title race is well and truly open. We are on 34, Manchester City on 33, Spurs in 32, even down to Villa in 5th place. You know, 2 wins for them could take them top of the Premier League. And to be fair as well, look at Norwich and West Brom going very, very strong in 7th and 8th. As I scroll down, you can see where some of the other clubs are in relation to the table. Sheffield United, Wolves and Burnley make up the bottom 3. It's an interesting next match for us, which will be the first of the next episode as we take on Bayern Munich, because we're already through in our group, but we have the chance, if Salzburg beat Club Brugge, to maybe knock Bayern out into the Europa League. So yeah, we'll have to keep our eyes on that and see how we perform and how Salzburg get on in their game against Club Brugge. I'm not sure there's too much else to tell you about, but this is how our next month looks then. And as you see, we've got Bayern to kick things off, Brighton at home. Then we face Arsenal in the Carabao Cup quarter-final before Leicester away, Sheffield United at home, West Bromwich Albion at home, and Villa away to end off a very busy month. We've already played, of course, the 2 Manchester clubs as the 2 live games of today. Didn't really go to plan, but we move on anyway, and we try and get it back in our favour in the next episode. I want to say a massive thank you for watching today's. If you did enjoy it, a like would be greatly appreciated. 250 likes to guarantee yourself an episode on Monday. That's the deal. Let's see if we can manage it. I'm sure we can, because you lot are awesome. Until next time, take care, stay safe everyone, have a great day, have a great evening. Much love, adios.